All right, guys, day three. So let's talk about The Exorcism of Emily Rose. And this is just one of those movies that, again, I'm glad doing 31 days. This is a movie that I've always heard things about and I've never seen, and I've really thought I should see. And it's one of those movies where whenever I realized it came out in 2005, I was like, what? I thought it came out in like 2010 or onward. I thought it was a later movie than that, or it wasn't that old. And the Exorcism of Emily Rose, I've heard a lot about. I'm not really huge in the exorcism movies like genre. Like I think they're kind of boring, and I love The Exorcist and Exorcist 2 and 3, but those are really the only ones. Well, actually, Deliver Us from Evil, I enjoyed. The Eric Bana one, I thought that was interesting, but it's not really a genre that I really love. I've seen other ones, and I can't remember them on the top of my head. Oh, the Boogeyman. That one has an exorcism in it from the 80s, but it's a subgenre of horror that I don't really love besides The Exorcist 1, 2, and 3. So it's a weird thing to watch because I feel like I'm already gonna be intentionally biased on how I feel about this genre. It's weird because the exorcism genre, because The Exorcist is so incredible, and I just rewatched it like a week or two ago. I it's like I can't really think or save any like sympathy for any other exorcism movies, unfortunately. But I mean, I'm gonna try to. But with The Exorcism of Emily Rose, that's really not the case because this one, I'm gonna say right here, I honestly thought this one, like I expected, was pretty boring. Um, but I'm not saying that the movie's bad. I'm not saying that I hated the movie or anything. I'll give it its positives first. I think that this movie is really well acted. Laura Linney is really freaking good. Like she's great in this movie, and I really was invested in what she does, and I really like the story of this movie, where her character is an agnostic defense lawyer, and she has to go up in court with the dad of Emily Rose, and they've got to testify about what really happened because it is a cool idea thinking about going into court with an exorcism. Like how do you logically say this to people that this exorcism happened? Like there's a lot of people like in the real world who are going to look at science or are going to look at this thing as fake, like this is not real. It's some kind of scientific or mental thing with what she's doing with what Emily Rose did before she's gone. So I think that that's a cool idea, and I just like that idea because in the real world we're really stuck in that situation too, where we've got such drastic sides of how people feel about science versus like other things. Like with what's going on right now, it's a weird situation we're in. But let's not talk about the real world right now. I want to just not think about it, and hopefully it will end in some time. Um, hopefully, I don't know, if everybody isn't so stubborn and talking both sides, getting angry at each other, maybe we might end this. But both sides are too stubborn. But this movie, anyways, this one, like I said, the acting is really good. The idea is interesting. I like that it's shown in flashbacks. I didn't see a single trailer to this because, of course, it came out in 2005, and I really didn't expect this movie to be a courtroom drama, kind of in a way, with flashbacks to the exorcism scenes and the exorcist scenes or the demon scenes. So it's weird to see that because I just didn't expect the movie to be like that. I expected it to be like a generic haunted movie where like it wasn't related to like a court case and settling it out of court or in court. That I think is a cool way of making this a fresh movie for the genre or subgenre of exorcism movies. But it it's still, to me, like I still wasn't that interested throughout. I still thought that this movie was pretty uninteresting. But despite having great acting, despite having interesting ideas, it just never stayed with me. Like I watched this a day or two ago, and I already kind of forgot it. besides a couple moments, like I said, the acting and the idea of it. But the exorcism stuff, where the like or like the demon stuff, where like she's doing demonic things, I just look at that and I'm like, that isn't scary, and it's not as good as The Exorcist. So it's it's weird. Like I'm it's bad. I'm just biased on this movie. Like I like things about it, but I'm just like, it's whatever. It's a subgenre that I feel like it'll get tiring to say that if I watch any more subgenres of exorcism horror movies, that I might just feel the same way for a lot. But like I said, Deliver Us from Evil, I enjoyed. I like that more than this. So I mean, I guess there's hope for me with like this subgenre, but so far it hasn't been a big home run. Besides the Exorcist movies, the first three at least. So yeah, not much else to say about this one. It's really cut and dry. Like some of the ideas, I like the acting, but the movie overall just was not that interesting to me. And I like that it's a movie that's praised, like it's got good critical reviews, but it just was pretty boring to me, honestly. And that's just bad to say. I hate to say something's boring, but I wasn't that interested, unfortunately. Not a bad movie, not a great movie. It's in the middle for me. Gave it 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. So all I could say about the Exorcism of Emily Rose, that is my review, and thank you guys for watching.